People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in each and every time. I hope you're all doing well and safe. Good morning to those of you in the UK. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, people, depending on who you are, wherever you are. I hope you're all waking up with a relative swing in your step. I mean, it's Friday. You know, we're closer towards seeing Arsenal on Sunday. I know we lost yesterday, but at the same time, you know, we saw Spurs get dumped out the competition yesterday, and that was great, and things like that. Obviously, karma will probably spin back around on Arsenal, but it is what it is, people. The greatest side in North London haven't won a damn thing against the worst side in the world in Arsenal, still in the competition, but it is what it is. Obviously, people, please make sure you're hitting the like button. As you lot know, obviously, in a short while, it will be the live draw for the Europa League. We've had the Champions League. We'll get into that. I'll run through all of that in a second. We'll cover the Arsenal-West Ham game. We'll touch on some talking points as well. I want to speak on something that involved Kamara. But yeah, man, I hope you're all doing well and safe, man. Thank you very much for tuning in, man. What are we saying? Man are saying late. Listen, don't start that. You know, do not start that. We're a minute and something in. I was here at 11:30, boy. I can't lie to you. As long as it says 11:30, it is what it is, people. A man said DG. I mean, that's not how you spell my name, so I can't rate your thing, my guy. Like, and let me scroll up to the start of the comments, bro. We talking about size of willies and that. You're fruity, brother. What's wrong with you, fam? Pattern up, man. You know what? You saved yourself. You said it's 4:30 a.m. I just want to go sleep, just waiting on you, bro. Go sleep. Wake up and come back, bro. Internet's not running away. I'm not running away. I don't know what I'll go for this thing, but calm down, bro. Anyways, away from that, hope everybody's doing well and safe. Bowie, I see you. Zed, I see you. Tino has said, because I rate you, DG, I'll watch both ads. I appreciate that. Bro, man said DG, blood. Bro, I swear you have to try really hard not to spell it at that point. Man's moving mad, but large up everybody, man. Like John says, I rate that. Put your hands up if your team's qualified. Boy, in a you know. There's only one London team that got dumped out of the competition, and it's so funny how things work out, people. We start speaking about Spurs. Shout out to BT, because BT are running through the highlights, and I'm seeing Spurs get savaged. I mean, Orlik, apologies for mispronunciation. 2 of them goals, an absolute madness. The one after extra time and his first one, my word, absolute madman. But I hope you're all doing well and safe, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. 50 of you locked in. I appreciate that. What are you saying, M? Morning, DG Nation. Big up, everyone. Smash the likes. Like he said, let's get out the blocks early doors, man. M is also saying, you good, DG? Feelings on the draw? Anyone you want to avoid? My guy, I'm good. Like I said, I'm good. You know, it is what it is. I got my health. You know, Arsenal didn't stress me out too much yesterday beyond the obvious, so I'm good. In relation to avoiding teams, there's not a team I'm trying to avoid, really and truly. You know, I could sit here and say, you know what, I don't really want to play, you know, Emre's Villarreal because it's written in the stars. For obvious reasons, I don't want to buck any English teams. If I had to be pressed on that, you know. You look at teams like Zagreb, you can't sleep on them. They sent a statement out we can talk about how poor Spurs were until we're blue in the face. And I offered my extended thoughts on Spurs in the Deluded podcast. Make sure the episode dropped this morning. Make sure you're on Spotify and the rest of it and taking that in. I think Zagreb have sent out a statement, people. You know, they came back and you know, they turned Spurs over 3-0 at their place. You have to respect them. So, yeah, man, I'm personal the feeling there's teams I'm wary of. Of course, there's teams more favourable than the others. I wouldn't mind Granada and them things there, but, you know, you're going to play the tough teams. I want the toughest team personally, you know. The more you play, the better teams, quote unquote. Not that I believe you can say that because everybody's here, not on merit. Well, on merit, but like here because they done the job. I want the best team possible, man. By that logic, the quicker you dump these teams out the competition, the easier the final should be. You know, shout out to Jermaine Genius. He said, shout him. He said we should stop talking until Spurs get to Europa League final. I mean, Genius is still under a rock somewhere. You know, a man twerks for Spurs. They don't even rate you there. Like, probably are a Spurs legend because them man they are toilet, but they don't even Spurs players don't even rate you. Is what it is, man. Bro, man's birthday was on. Spurs fan had his birthday yesterday. Peak. Absolute peak, man. Absolute peak. Happy I'm not him, but same way Arsenal always on that sort of thing as well. What's Jay saying? Big up to you, my bro. Finally caught life. Football gods done their thing yesterday. Facts. 5 of the big 6, bro. We can't even say we're big 6 because it's a madness. Like we're not. Whoa, we finished 8th last year. We can't talk about top 6 and them things there. You know, a bit too much information, Tino, but shout out to you regardless, my guy. Shout out to you. man. Watching me during college, I stay in school, get them grades, man. You know, if I could go back, I would do things like that as well. It is what it is. Please make sure you're hitting the like comments. Who do you lot want in the latter stages of this competition? Beanie, Stylish, John, I see you. Who do you lot want, people? We've got John saying he wants Villarreal to shut up the Emre fanboys. Max is saying, big up DG, love your content, pal. UEFA loaner, still salty, putting PSG and Bayern together. Facts. We're gonna get into it. In fact, you know, I keep saying we're gonna get into it. Let's let me know who you lot want in the Europa League. It is 36 minutes past 11. I think the draw for our stuff starts at 12, so we've got a little bit to go in that regards, people. But we might as well quickly circle back on what's happened in the competition that we're no longer part of, the competition that we're trying to be a part of, really and truly. So yeah, scrolling down, obviously not that. Why is there so much unnecessary? What's going on? You showed me the draw. I had the draw up here. So yeah, as you can see here, people, this is the draw for the quarterfinals. And the semis, it could, you know, again, you can't be rude and assume that these two teams are going out, but you know, that is the next game. Chelsea versus Liverpool, and I'm sure you lot all remember when they used to meet on a more frequent basis in the Champions League. So provided, you know, Chelsea deal with Porto and Real Madrid get eliminated by Liverpool, there's a chance for that. Of course, there's still a chance that there's an English team, even an all-English final, but an English team gets to the final. We've got 3 opportunities, you know. We've got there's 3 English representatives. There's a sole representative of a Spanish club. Portugal are on their 1 man up as well. The Germans got 2 sides, and the French are on their ones as well. So you know, it's a good clash. It's a very good clash between everyone. You know, like I said, provided Real Madrid lose to Liverpool and Chelsea lose to Liverpool and Chelsea win their games, obviously that's an all-English semi-finals. And then, you know, whatever happens in the other side. Now, interesting games, you know. It seems like a bit of a conspiracy because it's like PSG can't really buy a lock at this moment in time. I thought it was going to be PSG versus Dortmund. I don't know why. I just thought Mbappe versus them, man. But it is what it is, you know. It's difficult. I look at it, Pochettino versus Hansi Flick. That's obviously the big one, because you could probably say a lot of people might have definitely, in my opinion, definitely had Bayern Munich down as favourites. And I'd say, you know, people were saying, you know, Neymar, Mbappe, you know, Pochettino, all of these sort of things. People were rating PSG and saying they could do a thing. And they sent a statement out based on how they dealt with Barcelona. They've both been dealt with each other. And if you're the other team still in this competition, you're loving it. So the Bayern Munich versus PSG game, I'll be doing a watch along for that one, of course. And that's the game that's grabbed my attention because, you know, what I feel with PSG, in fact, forgive me if I'm wrong, is that not a repeat of last year's final? PSG got great individuals. Now they need the tactics. Pochettino can put in the tactics. You're going to need it against them. You know, Bayern Munich, I don't feel they've been perfect, you know, but they're a well-engined unit. You can't really defeat Bayern Munich in terms of squad depth, you know, just sheer options. They're a monster of a unit in it. So Bayern Munich have every chance of following Real Madrid of retaining the title. So Mbappe versus Lewandowski, Neymar versus Lewandowski, and them things there. Gnabry's all there and about as well. You know, I would like PSG to go through, but obviously my boy Gnabry's there. So it's a bit irrelevant. Interested to see, you know, Mbappe, he's going to have to turn up. Pochettino's going to have to show us some real tactics. You know, Man City versus Dortmund, on the face of it, I think you would accept that as a Manchester City team. You know, obviously there's a couple of players in Manchester City's team that if they're not German internationals, they've played in Germany. So I'm sure that's a spicy one. Obviously, we're looking at Haaland. You know, Haaland could be playing against his future employers. I'm sure his dad, as much as his dad supports him, he probably can't pick a winner. As you lot know, Haaland's dad used to play for City. You know, Manchester City have been linked with Haaland. What better time to obviously do something in that regards? Forget Haaland for a sec. I call this the Jadon Sancho derby, people, because, you know, Jadon Sancho is written in the stars. You didn't give man a chance. He comes back and he dumps you out of the competition. Now, it's obviously not just down to him, but that's going to be a big test. And for me, when I look at Manchester City, I think they went out a couple of years ago against Lyon. When they went out against Spurs, I feel over the 2 legs in Europe specifically, and sometimes even in the group, I feel Pep Guardiola has overcomplicated things. So I'm keen to see that clash. That's another watch along for me. Well, there's at least 4 watch alongs here. Hopefully nobody's playing on the same day. You know, first priority for me is PSG versus Bayern Munich. I really want to do a watch along for Man City versus Dortmund. You know, Real Madrid, Liverpool says it itself. Two heavyweights. Liverpool do their thing in the Champions League, and so do Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho derby, Porto versus Chelsea. I'm sure he's cheering on Porto. You know, from a neutral's point of view, I'm sure I'm sure everybody wants Porto to do it, and they've sent. You can't disrespect Porto. I'm sure Chelsea probably the happiest, but you can't disrespect them. They dealt with Juventus, you know, and I'm sure Thomas Tuchel is not advocating for any complacency. So it's an interesting clash, people. You know, obviously this game is the one that takes precedent. This was probably a game for the hipsters like myself. I want to see an underdog battle, but you know, Thomas Tuchel, he's not one for romantics. And one thing I've liked about Thomas Tuchel, just by looking at him previously at Dortmund and at PSG, ironically, 2 clubs he's managed are also here, 3 clubs, including Chelsea. I feel he's overcomplicated tactics as well. So I'm keen to see what he does at Chelsea now again and how he copes with that. So obviously Porto versus Chelsea is an interesting one. Real Madrid versus Liverpool is an interesting one. You know, Real Madrid just about got through. I say that, you know, the first leg was a madness. Second leg, they didn't look in trouble. They're not the Real Madrid of old. Hopefully Hazard's fit. And I'm sure that's a game to watch. You know, Salah and Mane been linked with them. I don't think Real Madrid are going to buy them, but perfect way to show people what you're on. And I know a lot of Liverpool fans I've been speaking to, I feel they've spoken that one there into existence, because they kept saying, the ones I speak to, they said, my guy kept saying, I want Real Madrid, I want Real Madrid, I want Real Madrid. And he's got his wish now, innit? He's got Real Madrid. Bro, Real Madrid are not great. It's not the Real Madrid I once thought, but you have to respect everybody that's there. You know, they're there on merit. You know, they're not there by luck. You know, it is as good. At 1-1, I disagree, because I agree Pirlo's been rubbish and Juventus have been rubbish, but what's that to deal with Porto? Porto still have to go against some world-class players. They still had to play against 2 legs. Don't get it twisted. I agree. It's a bit similar to the Dynamo Zagreb fixture. You know, over those 2 legs, Spurs should have killed them in the first half. But at the same time, you have to give credit where due. You know, it's 180 minutes of football plus whatever extra time. Let's remember they were down to 10 men. They did a madness. So while I do agree, I think it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh. And I think you shouldn't be confident. You should be confident in your abilities to turn up. You shouldn't be confident in any of these games. You know, it's Champions League. You cannot disrespect anyone. It's going to come down to fine margins. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. And obviously, regardless, you've got Ramos, Mr. King of the S-Housery, Mr. Clutch. You know, obviously, this is definitely the shittest part of my language, Real Madrid we've seen of time. Definitely the most favorable one, but you can't disrespect them. They're here on merit. You know, nobody's here by mistake. Can't disrespect any of these teams. So it's going to be interesting seeing Manchester City against Dortmund. What's you lot's thingy? What's you lot's most eye-catching fixture? What's the one that's grabbed you lot's attention? What's keep your opinions flowing in as well, people? Porto versus Chelsea, probably not the one that grabs the most headlines, but that, funny how football works, that's probably going to be the most entertaining. Obviously, I'm sure the one that probably going to have the most viewers is probably going to be Bayern Munich versus PSG. I say that, but Real Madrid's brand probably means it's going to be them against Liverpool. So it's an interesting one in this road to Istanbul, people. As you lot can see, Manchester City against Dortmund, Porto against Chelsea, Bayern Munich against PSG, Real Madrid against Liverpool, and then obviously that's the quarterfinals. And just for confirmation, I want to see if there's a graphic. As you lot know, in the semis, these two will play each other and these two will play each other and stuff like that. If I had to pick, let me see if I'm going to say who I think is going to go into the final and look at this in May. Final. You know what? I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. Shades of, what final was that? It's probably not going to happen. What final was that, people? What year was that? I know somebody can say that. What year was that when it was Bayern Munich versus Dortmund in the final? I should know because I was working at Wembley that day and I got to see the final. And I got tipped by a rich man, $100 bill, people. You know, I thought I was going to get in trouble, but he said, come sit down, watch the game. Me and my guy were there, like, take pictures. That's when I saw real money. In fact, when I was working at Stamford Bridge, I saw someone with real money as well, like being in their box. I didn't think people could be this rich, innit? Like, the richest people I see is the guy on ends with a nice car. So when I'm seeing billionaires and stuff like that, it's a madness. Like, I remember seeing I don't know about now, but I remember seeing Roman Abramovich's box at the ground, at Chelsea's ground. Absolute madness. So yeah, thanks for enlightening me, man. 2013, 2012 times, round that sort of period. Love for everybody that's doing that. Yeah, so it could be a repeat of that. I would like to see a repeat of that. I think a part of me wants to see that, but if I was a betting man, I don't know, people, because on one hand, I think we could see a Dortmund Bayern Munich final. I think there could be a Chelsea Bayern Munich 2012 again final there. You know, there could be a Man City Liverpool final. There could be an all English final. It could be an all German final. I don't know, man. Porto, can't sleep on them. You know, it could end up being Porto versus, I don't know, City or something. I don't know. If I had to pick two finalists, if I had to bet money, I'm going to say Bayern Munich. I say Bayern Munich, Liverpool. Nah, yeah, Bayern Munich, Liverpool. I wanted to say Chelsea. I think Chelsea. Something tell me Thomas Tuchel was on something this year, but I just think with Liverpool, with the way the season's gone so poor in the league, and the manager saying, you know what, top four might be a myth, and all of these things, that could be the one sort of galvanization for them, the one bit of safe face, the one bit of priority, you know. And not to say they have that over anything. If I'm Porto, I'm the happiest, you know. I'm an underdog. That's why Porto and to a degree Dortmund, you should be fearless in these games. You got nothing to lose. It's a crazy one, man. What final are you lot thinking? Man, I'm saying I'm seeing City versus Bayern. Do you know again? Wait, can that be the final? That can't be the final, can it? I swear that can't be the final. Yeah, it can't be an all German final. Yeah, apologies. So yeah, apologies. But it can't be that either. So yeah, let's see the semis as well, people. So pause. That sounds a bit. I'm not childish like that, but that made me laugh. But anyways, as you lot can see here, people, and then the semi-finals, first one, obviously, depending on who wins out of Real Madrid and Liverpool, obviously, Porto or Chelsea away, and obviously, depending on who wins out of Chelsea and Porto, them lot wait. Now, if I'm real with it, I'd say romance is dead. Chelsea are winning that. But if I really scrutinize the two legs against Atletico, I think Chelsea got their tactics right. I think Thomas Tuchel was spot on. I think first leg, they did their job. Second leg, they exploited on the counter 2 chances. But I do think Porto were very toothless, were very not easy to beat, but they were quite poor. Not take nothing away from Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. It's nothing to do with them. But I just feel if Porto really try something, they might have a culture shock. And I really think they should play on the underdog tag. Obviously, both these teams are, well, Liverpool are not the Liverpool of 18 months ago. Real Madrid, this is the worst Real Madrid I've probably seen in my lifetime, in my 25 years. But they're still there, innit? Something's telling me, I listen, I don't want no English teams to have any success. So Chelsea, Liverpool, City, I'd rather them go out, innit? Like, I got no beef with Liverpool, really, apart from the beef that our fans have had typically. I don't want Chelsea to get another Champions League because I ain't even got one. City, if they win it, you know, it's a bit deep because Arsenal ain't got one, but I'd rather City win it than Liverpool with Chelsea, and I don't want a single English team to win it. So it is what it is, but I can't lie. Something's just telling me it's a Chelsea, Liverpool, it's Klopp versus Thomas Tuchel. It's a drama thing. And if these two do make the final, people, them Liverpool and Chelsea, I mean, semis, I want to see, like, do you remember when they used to play each other and there used to be controversy and things like that? Like, I swear there was a year where it might have even been in the league, but I swear there was an incident involving a goal and Gallas. I can't even remember, man. I can't even remember. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. There's 250 odd of you here, man. You lot are violating. Big man Sam saying I can tolerate Liverpool, but Man City and Chelsea, nah, mate. I don't want none of them to win it at all. But I'd rather City, because let's be real, I ain't got no beef with City. Like they've become a bigger club than us in terms of where they are right now and stuff. But Liverpool, I'm used to the rivalry with Liverpool. I'm used to the rivalry with Chelsea. So I don't really want them to win it. No disrespect to City, but it's a bit irrelevant to me, sort of thing, because you weren't really levels like that. You're better than us. You're doing your thing, but you're not levels in it. City, like, I don't really know no City fans. City's not in my thing. I know Liverpool fans. Liverpool, we've been having that rivalry. You know, we've been. Listen, I haven't. What year did we lose the FA Cup final to Liverpool? I'm still beefing them. I was crying in primary. I'm pretty sure. Like, my memory is. I'm losing my memory in my 25 years, but I can remember these things. Chelsea goes without saying, man. You know, we can't really. I think Arsenal are a bigger club than Chelsea in it, but I'm gonna say that in it. If we're real Champions League, their ambition, everything is better than us. Like, they've got one Champions League. 2 Champions Leagues? I can't tolerate that. 2 Champions Leagues for Chelsea. After how they got it in 2012, I would give my left arm. Let me rephrase that. I'll give you man's left arm to win how they did in 2012. You know, in my head, we've won it in 06, man. We got shagged. You know, I wish 2006 was like Football Manager. You can just save the game before restart it. But listen, I don't want any English team to win. If I had to pick one, it's a City to win it. Like, I don't want Liverpool to add to it. You know, I don't want Chelsea to add to it. Maybe I'm just a bit sour because Arsenal are poor. Bro, they took up. To be fair with you, you know, I can't. How can I hate them? Like, I don't hate any of these clubs. We've just got rivalry away from it. Chelsea's a good club to play for. Liverpool is a very ginormous club away from the fans. You know, if I was a footballer and Liverpool were onto me, I'm involved. You know, never walk alone. The magic and all of these things. City, it is what it is. But I mean, they didn't put a gun to our head. We were happy to sell. It's like me. As much as I don't like United as a rival, I can't be angry at United for buying Van Persie. Man, them offered it and they took it. Like, I don't quite agree with that logic. They took our players because we were happy to sell. You know, we weren't trying to sell to abroad. We're trying to sell to the highest bidder. 0-1, bro. Real tears got shed that day, you know. Real tears got shed that day. Mo is saying second, hopefully. You know, this is what I knew it, man. My memory's playing games, but like you said, 05, 07, 08, all controversial semi-finals between Chelsea and Liverpool. I want to see that. I want to see controversy. I want to see VAR, red cards, shithousery. I want to see everything. Everything. You know, big up Liverpool because they're doing their thing. But listen, if you're not English, if it's not Arsenal, it's a terrible thing, man. So it is what it is, as Prami would say. Guaranteed? Would you say guaranteed? I don't know. Everything looks guaranteed until it's done. I'm wary of that, man. Your dream semi-final, bro. This would be it because both of you are out. For what I want to see in my heart is Liverpool, Chelsea, but the fan in me, the rivalry in me, the bias in me is not allowing me to vote for any of them. Is not allowing me to vote for what I want to see, which is Liverpool, Chelsea. I'd rather just, you know, Real Madrid, Porto do their thing. Looking at the second semi-final, or technically the first one, but the second one we are looking at. 267 of you, please make sure you're hitting that like button. Before I get into this, man said Benzema versus Kabak. It could get peak. It could get long. But then when Benzema gets past Kabak and he passes it to Vinicius Jr., Vinicius Jr. twists up all of these players and then does that crazy finish. It's crazy. I don't think you've been listening, and because I think everyone here can agree. I've been bigging up Porto and saying you shouldn't sleep on anybody. Everybody's there on merit. You know, everybody's there because they did their job. So I think you might have come in a bit later, but it is what it is, man. What is he said? Bella has said, not gonna lie, I went to a school filled with United fans. It's the only team I hate more than Spurs. Bro, it's equal, man. It's an equal thing. I got hate for all of them, man. I was about to give an example using a certain gang in North London, then I thought it's a bit mad. But you got hella ops in it. You got hella ops. It's like being from Wood Green, innit? It don't matter where in Tottenham these guys are from. You got a problem with them. If they're from Enfield, you got a problem with them. That's how I look at it. It's like Tottenham and Arsenal, it's our beef, innit? It's our bread and is what it is. United, like you said, I've grown up in that. Ferguson, Wenger coming here and being the first foreign manager to give Sir Alex Ferguson something to think about. You know, the year before they went done the thing in 1999. What happened? I know I'm 25, so I know a lot of you are older than me because I can remember. Do you remember when Arsene Wenger actually had a better head-to-head record against Manchester United than Ferguson against us? So for me, United are the ops, Chelsea are the ops, Spurs are everyone's up in it. They're all the same in it. Like it's all the same. Hate them all. It is what it is, bro. Like it all depends. United is more of a Spurs it's one that's close to home because family ties and I'm a North London lad, but the same goes for United and it's just we hate each other, you know. I remember my cousin used to sit there and tell me lies that Ruud van Nistelrooy is better than Thierry Henry. He used to try to twang me. United fans are dodgy. You can't trust them, bro. You can't trust them. But moving to this, people, the semi-finals, as you lot can see, provided Borussia Dortmund and City, whoever wins and goes through, you know, it could be City versus PSG, it could be City versus Bayern Munich, it could be Bayern Munich against PSG, Haaland versus Mbappe, or it could be an all-German semi-final, people. So again, you know, it's interesting to see. It's different. It's very interesting, people. Very interesting. We're here at the big boy stages. If I had to bet money, something just tells me Bayern Munich and Man City. But I would like to see PSG Dortmund. I cannot lie to you. You know, Mbappe versus Neymar. There's no chance of seeing it in the final, so you might as well see it. You know, I would like Neymar to win. Not that I care because he's not Arsenal, but I would like Neymar to win something at PSG. If he wins the Champions League there, Farmers League, he left because of Messi, blah, 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 blah. The agendas I'll run with will be crazy, people. So that's the semi-finals. 5 minutes until the draw for the official thing. But it is what it is, man. Chelsea Bayern Munich final, shades of 2012. Abdullah is saying, I have a feeling Haaland is going to put on a masterclass. Needs to, innit? Needs to. It's not all on him, but would like to see that. Something just tells me Jadon Sancho is going to stick 2 middle fingers up at Pep Guardiola saying, remember me, pussy? Remember me? You didn't want to play, man, yeah? Now what? You're out. Get out of it. I just see it, but something tells me City are gonna, I think City are gonna win the league, but surely City don't have a better time to win the Champions League. You know, everybody's scoring mad goals, keeping clean sheets, playing well. Obviously, things can change, but surely, people, anybody that is through in this round, anyone can beat anybody. 100%, anyone can beat anybody. I low key CBA with getting asked. Hey, you're a United fan. You should always want the ops. Should always want to play. I wouldn't say he needs to move anywhere, but fair play. Haaland suspended for the first leg. Can someone verify that? Is that true? That's peak. What did he do? Oh, probably the yellow card when he was doing the madness, innit? Who do you think would be ideal, bro? Well, if you play like that against Olympiacos, bro, there is no one that's ideal. You need to know what you're doing, man. I wouldn't say they have an underrated squad because it just seems like everybody rates everyone at Borussia Dortmund. So I see where you're going with, man. Arsenal are going to get United. Bro, I don't care who we get, man. I'm on playing anyone. I can't lie to you. Like, I'm on playing anyone, man. It is what it is. Like, great point from 1-1. No guarantees. You know, you can't, you ain't accomplished anything. The draw starts at 12. I keep seeing a couple of you say it there. Peter said it, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to repeat himself in 3 minutes. So we might as well wait. I would get into, we've got to talk about West Ham. Well, it looks like I've got no notes there. I've done you look dirty, innit? Let's scroll all the way down. Look, we got the West Ham business here. We'll get into that. We'll touch on the Leno business. Better yet, I want to look on the website. Glenn Kamara as well, people. That's something I want to speak on now, actually. Timestamp and them things there. I'm sure you lot saw yesterday, people, just before we get into the Champions League and things like that. Our former player Glenn Kamara, now he's doing great. He's doing great things. He went to Thingy. He went to Dundee, and now he's at Rangers and things like that. He's doing his thing. Apologies, people. Just as we're about to talk about racism, we've got something here. Stupid monkey. Why do you use clickbait? I don't think I use clickbait. I might be a monkey, but what sort of name is that? that name is giving me confusion, bro. I don't even know what you're saying. But one thing I do know, your mother be feeling this monkey. She likes the jungle fever. You know them things there. I'm pretty sure she wants this guy's tail. You know them things there. Whatever skin color you are, no disrespect, but once your mother goes black, she ain't going back, my guy. You know what they say about it. Black don't crack, baby face killer, or dig out your mama. You don't do that. Don't do that to me, my guy. But yeah, but shout out to you behind the screen, man. Shout out to you and to your mum. I know you wish you swallowed him, but you can swallow me after. But let's, we've been here 28 minutes. I'll be off this in about an hour. Don't watch that, innit? Don't watch that. You're not nice enough to clip so you can suck the kid. But let's keep it sensible. Anyways, ironic that was thrown up there, but I'm proud of Glenn Kamara. I'm proud of how Rangers have dealt with this. Now, on a serious note, people, it's upsetting. I don't want to bore you lot, I don't want to bore you lot. I don't want to sit here and say racism is bad. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do the other. We know this, innit? We know this. And it's absolutely sad, apparently, long story short, you can see the clip. In fact, can I actually find it? I should go and look and find it. Here we go, people. This is obviously to do with what happened. Let me lock off the music. But as you lot can see, people, obviously, it was a crazy game, 2 red cards and whatnot. Like you can see here, Glenn Kamara is this individual. Now, you can see a man go like that. Allegedly, he's been racially abused. A man goes like that. And he said something else. Who goes like that to say something normal to people? Glenn Kamara, our man here, Let's see what happens, people. You telling me that's not a Mazza? Look, you can hear him going racist. Look at his teammates boning out as well. They heard it. And look at him, coward, lying as well. You see why I hate racists? They like my man. They like my man who was talking nonsense. They hide behind screens or they hide behind guys. They can't throw fists. Look at it. But it gets better though. As you lot can see, people, this is unsavory scenes. I'm not relying on UEFA to do anything about it. We all know what to expect, but that's the backdrop. You know, that's the backdrop. And what makes it worse, my man snitching on Satin, you know. Big up to the outsiders footy. Like he said, it's very clear the player has something said he doesn't want the cameras to pick up on. Why are you doing all of that? And then why is there such a reaction? Man didn't say something. And also, you know, what probably isn't going to be spoken about, the man who did it, good thing I paused it there. What do you see there? A black man. A black man. In fact, that Semeyu who was linked with Arsenal and actually done well over these 2 legs, he's part of it. So what this tells me what you think of, man. You think I'm either a black whatever like everybody else, or you think at best, oh, he's not like the others. And I would say for these young lads or lads, you know, never forget where you are, never forget how they really see you, these individuals, you know. That's what man really see. When man get angry, that's how they really come. It's always funny how man sit here and say, oh, I don't see racism and this and that. First time something happens, it's time to abuse, man. But it gets better, people, because apparently Glenn Kamara or whoever punched up my man in the tunnel, people. Apparently Slavia Prague say my man was physically attacked after explosive Rangers game and deny claims racially abused. Listen, I back Gerard. I back what he said. I back Glenn Kamara, because why is he going to bone out like that? Especially Duppy you in the change room. You whispered something in his ear. You know, you said something and you got ripped. You know, serves you right. And this is cowardly. Fuck the chairman, fuck the football club, you racist cunts. It's as simple as that. Pardon my language. And, you know, hopefully you get knocked out in the next competition, people. Shout out to Gerard. Apparently they've tweeted Slavia, saving face. Slavia categorically opposes the fact that the player, whoever, racially insulted the player's opponent in any way. Our player was physically attacked after the match at the request of Salvia. The case was resolved by the local police. Bro, like Jamie Vardy said, chat shit, get banged. If you're being racist, if you call someone a black this, a white that, an Asian that, you deserve to have your lip thumped off. You're talking too much. That's why your lip should get bust, and you're lucky. Because we know UEFA isn't ever going to do anything about this. I don't advocate violence, but some people only respect badness. Some people only respect physical occasions. You know, sometimes you have to physically kick out racism. And at best, he can say what he wants, but at least you know you got thumped in your mouth. I hope a tooth came out because you talk too much. Simple as that. Like he said, apparently the only player attacked at Ibrox the only player attacked at the Ibrox tonight was Glenn Kamara. Slavia Prague are trying to play the victims. Who said that? And Ibrox sources apparently said, and it's true, they're trying to play victim. This is what racist people do. We all see it with all the videos that come out, and now again, man start being racist, and then they start hiding behind things, whether that's authority, whether that's playing the victim and using crocodile tears, whatever they have to their arsenal. So, you know, you're through to the next round, but I hope your lip is bust. Apparently he claims he told him you're a whatever guy. What does that mean, bro? What does that? Why are you covering your mouth to say that? Why are you covering? You're not going to get fined for swearing. Why are you covering? You know you didn't say that. That doesn't even make no sense. Stand on your own 2 feet. You know what you said, pussy. You deserve to get gripped up. You're lucky. Shout out to Glenn Kamara, because the North London ain't left him, innit? But as you look can see, the madness happen, people. It is what it is. He said he called him that. He said it was said in emotions after 2 red cards and a series of interventions by the opponent. I completely reject racism. Bro, when man get angry, that's an emotion, and true colors come out, people. Apparently, Slavia were escorted back to their hotel by police. Apparently, they've reported claims of violence to the Czech embassy. Look at you lot trying to make this geopolitical and all of those sort of things. Your guy talked nonsense. He got clapped up. As you can see here, they said our player was physically attacked after the match at the request of Slavia. The case was resolved by the local police. Apparently, something is led to have happened in the tunnel where I don't know if Glenn Kamara hit him up, but someone hit him up in it, which is great. For me, this is their club statement, you know. You know, as you lot can see here, the purity of the idea and sports and fair contest where the rival is not our enemy but respected opponent. Today, Slavia is an international-based football club, is an international club based on respect for our opponents and mutual respect of all our teammates and coaches. He said, I told him, you fucking guy, that don't make sense. It was said in emotions. I absolutely deny there was anything racist in those words. I'm not too sure. And look at them acting like victims. They faced an unprecedentedly malicious play from their opponents. He said, apparently after the game, the team was not allowed to enter the dressing room. Cudelo, whatever his name, was assaulted by the player Kamara and hit with fists in the head when Rangers manager Steven Gerrard witnessed the incident. Even the UEFA representatives who were also present on site of the incident were shocked by this behavior. Whoa, let them be shocked, because that's where we need to go to. Man need to be shocked about racism now. That's what, whoa, it shocks me that you lot ain't been punched in your mouth. So it is what it is, and you know, you're turning into snitch boys as well. Like, look at you. Look at you. There's bare snitching. Gerrard was there. If I was Gerrard, I'd say, what, you got my eyes? I never saw nothing. Kamara, who saw it? I never saw that. They deserve all of that, people. But it is what it is in that regards. If we're not going to kick racism out how it should be kicked out and condemned, then people need to get beaten up. It's as simple as that. And for Glenn Kamara, you just feel better. As someone that's happened to me, you just feel better. You just feel better. You know, it is very nasty when somebody racially abuses you. You feel like less of a human, you know. At least when you hit them up, you feel a bit better. So at least he feels a bit better. But it is what it is in that regards, people. Let's get into the draw of the Europa League and them things there. That's it in relation to Kamara. Let me remove this screen for a second. 234 of you in here. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. You know, it's very difficult watching this live stream without actually being able to hear the commentary. So I'm just looking for when they get them balls out and things like that and start telling us who is what it is. Right now, there's just some guy in a suit doing that and just chatting. So I don't know what he's on, what he's trying to do, but it is what it is, people. We move. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. After that, we'll obviously get into the other business and whatnot. We've got previews to run. It's a busy day. It's a busy live stream. We're here for a long time, as well as a good time, people. 238 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. There's only 157. Apparently, Gail Clichy will be helping with the draw, people. So, Clichy, you know what to do. Knowing Clichy is we're probably going to get Villarreal now in true Arsenal fashion. The fuck, bro? All right, bro. Say nothing. It's a bit biggy, but he's rambling. True. I'm just seeing Clichy now at this moment in time, man. Bro, it's simple. Bro, I don't condone violence, but it is what it is, man. You know, hit them up. Hit them up. Nobody else is going to save us, bro. So at least just punch them up, bro. This whole racism getting kicked out, show it the red card, this whole kumbaya stuff is dead. It's dead. And this is it. You know, man will say racism is bad and all these things for 2 seconds. It's a myth. Bro, I don't mind freedom of speech, man. I don't mind freedom of speech. You know, everybody's allowed to say what they want, even things I don't agree with. But what I don't believe in is not being held accountable for talking nonsense. You know, if you talk nonsense, you should be held accountable, either, you know, holding you to high standards and condemning you or removing you off platforms if you're doing certain things. If things like that, getting punched up, yeah, mate, you really believe he just swore at him, and a footballer who they swear at each other, you really think just swearing made him punch him up and then punch him up after? Come on, my guy, fix up, man. You know, racists are one thing, but it's people like you that draw me out because you can't condemn it. You know, the field in the house. I know the house looks good, my dude, but you got to think about the ones in the field. Stop being that, patting off yourself. Think about your doing, because I know you don't feel good when you look in the mirror. Stop capping. Big up yourselves, people. Again, cowards, bro. Mad cowards. Holding it back, family. You telling me you hate someone because they've got more or less pigmentation in their skin according to where they live, you know? Stupid, man. Trust me, man. Both in person, man. Bro, I wish. I ain't got things for mums. I got things for people who are trolling's mums, you know? Because I know they're watching the kid, man. And I know that, you know, it is what it is. Like, if you want a young toy boy, it's not my fault, is it? You know, it's not my fault. But I'll be feeling like that guy for Snowfall and that. It's not my fault, man. This is it. See, this is it in life. You should be able to say what you want, but if you talk nonsense, expect something, man. Trust. Anyways, it's draw business time, people. Quarterfinals, final time. Still waffling. Girl Clichés are waiting to begin the thing. Someone, what's this guy saying? Because I'm just watching it. And he's just doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. I see the draw, the things we need to make the draw. Nobody's looking to draw for it and stuff like that. It's looking bad. Who don't watch Snowfall, man? Come on. Big up the Congolese Gooners, man. Not too many times have I seen man from Congo representing in my live chats. I appreciate that. I like Draxler. He's a decent player technically, but it's a myth, man. It's a myth. It's a myth. Still dead chat. Bro, the guy with the glasses, he looks like a cool guy, but he's doing too much. And it's begun, people. Girl Clichy, he's not looking confident. He's looking like he's going to shag us, people. Anyways, people, first draw made. The ball's being twisted. Don't know whose name is inside it. I have a feeling it's us. It's Granada. I clocked it. Granada, yeah, I see it. Granada. Pardon me. Come on, Clichy. Come on, Clichy, broski. You know you got us. Quarterfinals and semi-finals, bro. Don't just give us a nice draw and then say it's this and that team after. Just saying that, who cares, man? Give us the best team. What am I talking about, man? I'm letting you lot gas me. I want the hardest team in this. Girl Clichy, who is Granada going to be playing? Come on, son. Come on, North London, man. What we got here? Manchester United. You see, Clichy? I knew you couldn't be relied on. I knew you was on something. I knew you was bookie. You got a second chance, though, Clichy. You done the man them dirty there. Granada versus Manchester United in the first leg. Man United will be the away team. Granada at home. Hopefully, good. Come on, Granada. I know you lot got this, but let's see what's going on, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. 200 odd of you locked in. Let's go. Clichy, you've got a second chance. You've got a second chance. I know you've got us. Arsenal. It's Villarreal. It's Villarreal. It's Villarreal. Or it's Slavia. Do you know what? It'll be funny if it's going to end up being Dynamo, innit? And then Spurs are probably going to cheer them on that. Come on, Clichy. Clichy, he's swerving them around. Come on, Clichy. No ramping. What's Clichy got us with? What's he on? Hey, this is what suspend. Oh, who is it? 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 Slavia. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go kick up racism out of the game. Come on, boys. Slavia Prague. Arsenal versus Slavia. Arsenal at home in the first leg. All right, say nothing. We'll deal with that. That's cool. You know, let's not underestimate them. They dealt with Rangers, but it's a get-back thing. You know, we're going to do this for Glenn Kamara. Aubameyang, all of you lot, I want you lot to, oh my God, I want to see so much, I want to see so much clamping and all them things in that game. But Arsenal have been given Slavia. Manchester United have been given Granada. I'm sure both sets of fans, both sets of clubs will take that. Let's see what else is to happen. Let's see who Spurs get. Oh, no, you man are out, innit? Had to. Roma, who defeated Shakhtar the next. Come on, man. Bro, let's beat up racism, bro. I want to see Partey headlocking Dons and all of them sort of things there. Anyways, Ajax versus Roma, one for the hipsters. That's a good little fixture there. That's a good little fixture, man. Dynamo, who sent out the biggest statement I've been drawn against, I believe, that said, I don't even know, I missed that one, I can't lie, Villarreal. What you lot saying, man? Are saying good draw. Bro, do you know what, bro? I'm not gonna lie to you, 1-1. You're right, because bro, against Benfica, 2 legs wasn't perfect. Olympiacos weren't perfect. Last year when we went out in last 32 weren't perfect. So we need to fix up. You know, I want to see now. We need to learn our lessons. It's Dynamo against Villarreal, people. Dynamo of Croatia, first leg. So it's a trip to Croatia for the Spanish side in Villarreal. Fun tie, hipster tie. Clean to see what happens in that. You know, smack up these racist teams there, man. Revenge for Kamara. Let's go, man. Let's do what we need to do. Interesting so far, but it's not all done yet. It's not all done yet, man. The winner of the quarterfinal first one, which is Man United and Granada, will play, I bet, Arsenal United. Arsenal United, they're going to fuck it. Clichy looking nervous now. Clichy, you're scaring me, bro. Clichy, I know you done it. I know it's us, innit? Winner of 3. We bust case. I think we bust case. I think we just about bust that, you know. We bust case. We bust case. Man United will play whoever wins out of Ajax and Roma. We're still waiting on our fate, people. We're still waiting on our fate. What's this now? Winner of quarterfinal 4 will play Clichy. Come on, bro. Clichy. Nice us. Come on, Clichy. Come on, Clichy. Clichy looks like he's under pressure as well. Come on, Clichy. You got this, broski. Winner of number 2. All right. Say nothing. So that's Arsenal versus... Gonna act like I know and wait till it comes on the screen. It is Arsenal versus Villarreal in the quarterfinals, people. Una Emre time. You know, we will be the away team. So as you lot can see, you know, we know what we've got to do. We've now got Slavia Prague and now we've got Villarreal. Know exactly the task you have. You know, Clichy's had out of the last 24 hours, Clichy's had the best performance of any Arsenal player or anyone connected with Arsenal recently, excluding Odegaard and probably Partey and Martinelli off the bench. So as you lot know, people, we now have Slavia and we now have Villarreal. Now we need to add that to what we need to do, people. Simple as that. Cool with that. Absolute madness. So is it going to bring it up on screen? Let a man see that again? Or am I going to have to do my old friend's Twitter? As you lot can see, quarterfinals, Granada, Man United, Arsenal, Slavia, Ajax versus Roma, Dynamo versus Villarreal. That is the quarterfinals. The semi-finals now, if Donny will just screen to that. They should let me host this, man. When are they going to let the man host something like this? Should let me hold this, man. Looking all fly in that, man. Anyways, what are these lot saying now, people? What are these lot saying? A man said, my snaky left back, you know. Let's see. Okay, maybe let's not see. I just see fancy little graphics on the Europa League. But anyways, the biggest competition in Europe has now been done. You know, forget all that Champions League. Them things there's all hipster and that. Let's see. They don't even care about Europa League, do they? The website ain't even. I was about to agenda them people and say they don't even care about Europa League. They're not even updating it on their account, people. But as you lot can see, once again, in case you didn't know already, I'll just to recap that, you know, just to recap. Granada of Spain, Manchester United of England in the quarterfinal. Arsenal have been drawn against Slavia. We need revenge for Glenn Kamara, and I want to smack them up, man. You know, and for me, you cannot sleep on Slavia Prague. They can score goals. They've got that black guy. What's his name, man? He played very well for them over the 2 legs. The 19-year-old, he's been linked with us. He's a good player, and they're fearless. Now, I want them, listen, smack them up. And listen, you know, if you ain't got no food in your fridge and you've got your last piece of bread on the table, don't let no one take it from you. That last piece of bread is our Europa League. Our food in the fridge is top 4, is, you know, FA Cup and that giving you Europe, playing well all season and being within a shout for top 4 mathematically. We got nothing in the fridge now. You know, that's our last piece of bread. The bread ain't even buttered, people. It's crusty. It's borderline stale. You know, you probably have to heat it up to eat it, but we can't let Slavia take that from us because we don't get that. It's peak for us. It's as simple as that. So we know what we need to do. You do what you need to do against Slavia. You do what you need to do in the semi-finals against Villarreal. You're in the final, and then you need to do what you need to do. Hopefully, Man United go out against Granada or in the next round. But as you lot can see, once again, Granada versus Man United, Arsenal versus Slavia, Ajax versus Roma, Dynamo versus Villarreal. Shout out to Dynamo, you know, for what they did yesterday. You know, it's Robbie Burton, apologies, versus Una Emre, 2 people with former Arsenal ties. So it is what it is in that regards, people. It's a shame it's not showing the semi-finals, but obviously we know we play Slavia Prague. I'm not even sure who Man United have, really and truly. Is it a refreshing thing? Well, we might have enough, but the way we've been playing, I don't know, bro. Because we look at it on a cerebral thing. I don't know if we're cerebral. Yeah, this SEMA guy, certified. What's you lot's thoughts on the draw, though, man? What's you lot's thoughts on the draw? Now that it's happened, people, what's you lot's thoughts on the draw? As you lot can see, people, again, semi-final, Dynamo Zagreb or Villarreal. To be fair, I'd rather Villarreal, than Dynamo. Because how funny would it be after all the crap that I've spoken on YouTube and on Twitter about Spurs going out, they dump us out as well. And then you've got Slavia. So again, hopefully we do the job. Something tells me it's Arsenal versus Zagreb in the next round, but who knows, man? And this is what I'm shook as well, bro. That favorite thing. I don't blame fatigue. I'm sorry. I'm not getting at you, Claudius. But I don't blame fatigue, because when we're winning, it's not a fatigue problem. Like I like being tired wasn't a problem yesterday. Being tired for me has no relevance from not looking and watching your offsides with not able to play a 5-yard pass. If you're tired, tell the manager you don't want to play. I just think we was poor. Because if we won that, we might have said we were sluggish, this and that and the other, but I don't think man would mention that. I don't think it was a tired thing, but I respect everyone's opinion. I personally think it's down to complacency. I think it's down to complacency, man. I think it's fully down to complacency. I hear that. Logically that's cool, but me, I want the hardest teams, man, but I don't want to play Dynamo. Something just tells me they would do something against us. At least with Villarreal, they might not. We're a little weird team, man. When we know we're favourites or we're halfway through, as you saw yesterday, we start moving mad. Hopefully all I hope for is that we just do our job, innit? Just do our job, man. Like, I want to see you lot being hungry, man. Like I said, there's no bread there. Analogy, God, bro. It is, fam. There's no bread there. Like, I don't want if we want to eat, we want to eat, innit? And I want to see hunger across these two legs, because this is our only chance of getting top 4. And I never saw that hunger. I know the game was kind of done yesterday and all these things, but isolated to that 90, I never saw a team playing in a game where, this is your only chance at glory. And for me, again, this team hasn't kept, for instance, Arsenal have struggled to keep clean sheets. You could have kept a clean sheet today. We're probably touching double figures for goals conceded. And this is what I'm talking about. It's about having pride in all the performance. Like I said, yesterday is not one to be, for me anyways, to be going over the top and crying and all of these things about people. It's not a game like that. But it's all about respecting the performance. And I feel we conceded a cheap goal. We didn't keep a clean sheet. We weren't clinical in front of goal. These are things I didn't want to see. And for me, because you play like that, you now obviously having to bring Odegaard and Partey off the bench. You're having to play Smith Rowe and Tierney more so than I'm sure all us fans would like. Now you're going to see real fatigue going into the West Ham game, where they've played once this week and they've actually troubled teams. And I'm going to go over it again, but I'm pretty sure you lot remember we needed an Eddie Nketiah strike 5 minutes from time to actually beat West Ham. So make of that what you will. I can't lie, people, Does anyone remember what sort of time I was talking around? I was talking about the draw. Let me try to calculate it. It's just 12 o'clock. So let's say, that's a sheg. I'm just going to have to wing it, man. Sorry, people. I'm just having to wing it, man. Does anyone remember exactly when we started talking about it? If not, that's just going to have to be it, man. We can't afford to be complacent, bro. You can't afford to be complacent. Complacency is a rich man's thing. We're not on that. We're not consistent enough. Driven by hunger, that's it. I'd say driven by failure. Because for me, if I've been a part of the Europa League, where remember when we went out on a stupid one against Atletico, or last year, 32, I'm remembering that. I don't want that to be there. That's something I'm always thinking of, Based on the last couple of games that we've played in the latter stages of the competition, it's been a problem, really and truly. So we're going to need to pattern up, man. We're going to need to pattern up. And I'm scared of that, man. I'm scared of that. We're getting into the West Ham game shortly. But yeah, man, like it all depends on the rotation. This is what scares me. It's like, I understand rotation's key, but you as you lot know, with us, you take a couple of these players out of the team, we're in problems. So we'll have to see, people. We'll have to see. But just before we get into this West Ham business, you know what we might as well do? 54. Time is flying, people. Big up to everybody locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Time is effing flying, people. Time. What am I typing? Time flying. Leno speaks. Let's get into Leno speaks, people. Let's get into Leno. In fact, it's better yet we go on Arsenal.com. Let's go on this thing. So as you lot know, we'll face Prague in the quarterfinals and obviously Villarreal if we get beyond that. Let's get into stuff. Where's Leno's feet? Where's Leno? And I like, do you know what, Leno, sometimes I think you talk too much and you're part of the calamity, but I like to see people talking. I never see a Bamian. I don't see people. If we won this, I'd see certain players. But I only see the same old people talking out. And that's one thing I like about Leno. I like that he owns his mistakes. I like that he says it as it is. You know, it seems that both North London goalkeepers have been very vocal in the last 24 hours. But Leno's given us the truth and he said it 100% real. This is why I have a problem with fans. Like I said yesterday, it's not a game to be crying like, oh, this and that, we lost, boom, 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 we're through. It's not a game to be sitting there like, oh, well, we're through. And that's one thing I hate about Arsenal fans. Every fan does it, but Arsenal fans, it's like the truth is in the middle. You know, there's no need to be extremely happy. There's no need to cry. But you need to acknowledge that while we're through, that complacency is a problem because the games are only going to get harder. If you don't play 100% or better yet, play with 100% conviction against Benfica, against Olympiacos a year ago, and don't look like you're doing it when you've played them over two legs now, it's not going to give you confidence. Benfica as well, you know, 180 minutes across the two legs individually, you know, 180 plus 180 if you want to go deeper into it. Since Arteta said them comments about learning, I haven't seen it. And for me, it's about laying markers down. It's about momentum. Yeah, there's rotation. Yeah, we've got a bit of a safety net, but it's about winning. I would have expected that safety net yesterday, because we're through, to transpire into a more positive performance, because, you know, I thought we would have played with a bit more of a swagger. People trying things a bit too, trying to overcomplicate things. I never saw that. I saw you lot played like you knew you was through. Like as poor as you lot can be, you knew that they wouldn't quite do enough, and that's unhealthy because, again, like I said, because of what we've had to give more minutes to players where we could have given them a day off or some minutes off going into West Ham. It doesn't convince fans because, like I said, you know, there's been some heroic moments, but I look at it, I don't think we've quite got it in us, really and truly. And that's why Slavia, as much as I hate them and I don't want to give them any praise, especially after yesterday's events, in my head, I'm treating that like Barcelona. If you treat it like Barcelona 2011, everything take care of itself. We're not a team that can acknowledge that we're through, that there is reasons to be complacent, or it transpires. And you saw it, you know, too many touches, passing not with the same fluidity and the rest of it, people. But as Leno said, he admits we won't win the Europa League if we don't improve on our second leg display against Olympiacos and the first leg, both of them. When you look at it without emotion, yes, you're through, but did you do everything? You know, it's a 90-minute game, isolated to both them games. Did you play well for the full 90? You defo didn't yesterday. Defo didn't do it in the first leg. Defo didn't do it either game against Benfica. We defo didn't do it a year ago in the last 32 against Olympiacos. Not to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but this doesn't scream that we're learning from mistakes. Obviously, if you don't learn from mistakes, you're in problems. I always say it, you know. How many times you have to put your hand in a fire before you clock is hot when you ain't got a finger no more? And then whose fault is that? You know, the game's only getting tougher. You know, we've got Slavia. I don't know too much about them. So that could be something to be happy about. That could be something to be scared about, fearful of the unknown. Again, if you go through, you've got Villarreal or Zagreb, and then you don't know who's awaiting you. You know, you have to treat it properly. And we're not, you know, we're 10th in the league. Not that it correlates to the Europa. We're not a team that I think should have that luxury. I want to see hunger. Yes, the changes we made yesterday would take some fluidity out of the game, of course, but bro, there was enough to win that game. The only thing I criticized Arteta with yesterday is he's taking too long with the subs. You saw Martinelli to a degree, Partey to a degree, more so Odegaard, but they injected something that's lost. I think there was enough. I think, you know, Ceballos, you had a chance to show what you're on, you know, and get in the team. El Nene the same. Pepe, you've done relatively well, but you didn't do well. You know, Aubameyang, for whatever reason, it didn't happen there. Again, There's plenty of it. The squad was good enough. There's plenty of reason to perform, but it weren't there, people. And this is the problem I have with Arsenal, people. You know, we turn it on when we want. We either get the Arsenal in the first couple of moments against Leicester and then you end it strong, or you get the Arsenal that starts well against Chelsea and Spurs and then almost throws these games away. We need to play well for the 90. We need to learn to play well for 180 minutes over a two-legged tie. We need to understand digging it even deeper than that, people. First leg, kill the game. First 45 minutes, let's kill the game. You didn't do that. You're then having to do a madness. You need to be able to be cerebral, break games down into little 20-minute pieces and things like, well, let's be real. We're lucky that Olympiacos has no real quality. As you saw, they huffed and puffed. They made mistakes. They were a long ball team. Yeah, they got their change and were well deserved for scoring. But let's be real. We saw it in it. Game's only getting tougher. But like Leno said himself, people, please make sure you're hitting that like button. He said, I think we suffered today and it was not necessary. Before I carry on, that could be it. I should close this tab. Simple as that. Big up Leno. No mixing of words. I think we suffered today and it was unnecessary. It is true. We suffered because we lost. We didn't ask the keeper any questions. We conceded another cheap mistakes. Leno suffered because, not that anyone was amazing, but it's an unnecessary goal you've conceded and it's a lack of a clean sheet. Unnecessarily, people. He went on to say, I think because in the first 15, 20 minutes, we controlled the game, but then we've made too many easy mistakes. And in the second half, we conceded that goal and then everybody was nervous, 100%. That annoys me because you lot have sat here and heard me say it before. You know, we did well against Chelsea. We did well against Leicester, you know, and I'm pretty sure there might be other examples where we've come from behind. But you've heard me say several times, people, especially during the live watch-alongs and you know, half of you were there. I always say, why you look like you've dropped your heads? You've never been a goal down in football before. Not everything, especially when you're trying to allegedly do something that Arsenal is trying to do, get back in the top four and beyond and stuff, you're going to be met with adversity. It's how you roll your socks up. There's very few times in the Premier League where everything's perfect. Sometimes bad things happen and only certain men want to react to things, really. And when I look at it on the grand scheme of things, 2 games now, yeah, we've ultimately got a favourable result because of what we did against Olympiacos. We won that game. We beat Spurs. But when we break it a bit down and remove the emotion, you know, we've made this game harder than it needed to be. When we break down the Spurs game, we 100% made that harder to be in the second half. And if we look at it now, 2 games in short succession, our last 2 games, we've made the second half more open than it should be. Where Spurs, we shouldn't have had to come from behind. You know, obviously we did have chances to win the game against Olympiacos. We didn't do it. So this is where I'm saying, for me, I hear what some of you are saying about fatigue and stuff. But for me, the only fatigue, it has to be mental fatigue and just damn right not making the right decisions. Like you said, man shouldn't be nervous. Why are you nervous conceding a goal where you're winning 3-1? You're at home. Why are man nervous? You know? Again, you know, easy mistakes. And we were playing with fire, you know. Al-Arabi, before he scored, obviously he had that long ball hit us over the top. David Luiz, big up Luiz, but it's like he didn't know the offside rule there. You know, Gabriel can't protect him. He was getting eaten up at times yesterday. It was a poor game. You know, yes, fatigue probably played a part, but no matter what we do, we're engineering our own mistakes. And the funny thing is, people, we know this is Europa League because it says Olympiacos right here. But this first statement here, you removed the Olympiacos game. And if I stuck every fixture we've played so far in all competitions and it's not been a result, whether that's yesterday, whether that's Burnley, whether that's Palace at home, you know the results. And I stuck them all on a wall, people. And I said, where is this statement from? We're all going to get it wrong. I'm not going to say Olympiacos. I might, but it could be said for 1,000 things. So my point being, we're choosing to do this. I'm not saying they're choosing to go out there and lose, but they're choosing to go out there and not be professional and pretend and stuff. Where, like I said, you can't cheat yourselves. You've made this tie easier, harder than it needs to be. Olympiacos can sit there, rightly so, and say, yo, we shouldn't have conceded. If we never conceded 3 in the first game, we can do something. And El-Arabi got his customary goal. El-Arabi's up. He hasn't been too prolific in Europa League, but he's up there in terms of scoring against us with Robin, Lewandowski, Lionel Messi, bro. That's something you tell your grandkids. I can't lie to you. That's something I'll be gassing up. He probably got a little beanie when he got back to France. Like, yo, I scored again against Spurs. Yeah, come to your yard. Like, simple as that. Carrying it on, he said, we made it hard for ourselves. And like I said, it was not necessary. Bro, 100%. This is why I like Leno. In the dressing room, it was quiet because everyone knows that it's not a good performance from us. We cannot change it anymore. But the positive is that it was a warning. But I can't lie, Leno. First thing you said that I find a bit dodgy. It's not that I disagree, but you excluded as well. You man have been given warnings all season and a chance to arrest this. So I have no faith that this is going to turn up, change this season. You know, cheap mistakes, not playing well for the whole 90, very immature in terms of game management. None of these things for me are going to change this season. So for now, I have to just live with it. And it is what it is. And I comment and call it as I see it. But this is something I don't think the manager can just tell you, look, you lot have to manage the game yourselves. You lot have to micromanage each other, sort of thing. Come on, man. You know, like you said, we need to be 100% every game. If we play like today, then we won't reach anything this season. And why do you lot turn it on and off? Like, bro, it's funny how life works out. I just spoke about that long ball forward and I'm watching it again. David Luiz not playing off sides, Gabriel not aware, even Tierney not aware. The one guy who actually is aware is Bellerin. And you know you're in trouble when Bellerin's your most switched up defender. Shout out to Leno for that save, but it shouldn't even got to that. You know, I don't mind the dressing room being quiet. Of course, I know these players play, but I have to ask, well, go on for your mentality then. Why do you only turn it around? For instance, Sheffield United, you weren't in it in the first half, but you turned it around in the second. Why was it you had to concede against Leicester or Spurs to somewhat score? You know, why are we not switched on all the time? Why is this? It's a handful of occasions. Like I say, Arsenal will give you these little battles. They won't win wars. My word, Aubameyang, how'd you miss that? You know, we'll give you the little United victories, the Chelsea victory, you know, the Leicester victory, the Spurs victory. But I shouldn't praise you for being up for it, for being committed, for fighting, for reacting. These are all things that, if you want to be serious, it is what it is. It's like with YouTube. You lot praise me and I do like it. But I have to have consistency. I have to try and constantly improve. You know, I have to be, you know, perform to, it's not the same, but perform multiple times. If there's 2 live streams a week, which today, Thursday and Sunday, I can't sit here and say, do you know what? I normally do it and half an hour to an hour before on one, and then say I'm going to do 5 minutes before the game on another. You know, you need consistency. So these are all things you shouldn't necessarily be praised with. These are all things that you can fix up for your individual self. That's just what I believe. But what do I know? I'm just a football fan. He also went on to say, like he said, man, we won't reach anything. He said, I think there are only very few good teams in the quarterfinals, and we need perfect games to go to the semi-finals and 2 more games to go to the final. The Europa League is very important to us. This is probably the closest way to go to the Champions League and also to win a big European trophy. So we need to step up. We need to have the motivation to win every game, cut out the easy mistakes and go through to the final and hopefully have a big final at the end of the season. And, you know, Leno's been critical of the team twice, really and truly. In recent days, man. Remember when I said Leno apparently said we've turned the corner and stuff? Is well, is what has man said? We have to maintain the standards that we have set. What's here? Said basically we have to maintain the standards we have set, particularly when we are in possession of the ball. We had too many situations against Olympiacos where we didn't discriminate or make the right decision. Then execute wise, we weren't at our best. Facts. We know we will have a really tough game on Sunday. They've been in great form. They're really consistent. They know really well what to do and how to hurt opponents. I know that David really well, and I'm sure he'll prepare the match. He will prepare the match. So it is really difficult. It is a really difficult game for us. We'll get into all of that in a second, people. Shout out to him. Why did he bring on Partey and Odegaard? I know why, but I'd love to hear why. Arteta said. He said we needed more control. Facts. We needed to put passes together. You can't always play football trying to attack in 2 and 3 touches. That led to a lot of balls lost when the forwards are running and the back line are squeezing. There's a lot of transition moments. And this is the problem, not in general with Arsenal, is that I always say it, the first priority is to have a good first 11, which we don't have, like everyone that we believe in. But then you see the depth. Suddenly you take a Saka out. We've been seeing it this season. You know, if Saka ain't quite having a good game, Tierney not quite at it, sometimes them playing poor makes the difference and it's still better than other man. But if these men are not involved or not at it, then it's going down the toilet. And this is the problem, bro. We're meant to have a 25-man squad where man stand up to be counted in their own individual way when the time comes. Some men are going to be rotation. Some guys are barely going to get a sniff. Some men are going to consistently play. But what I need is that when your opportunity comes, take it. And that's where I'm away from everything. I look at El Nene. You're not getting in the starting lineup ahead of Xhaka. You're not playing ahead of Partey if he's fit. Go and show Arteta what you can do and why he might even be tempted to do that. Ceballos, prior to this game we played, the last 2 Europa League games you played, you was making mistakes. I actually feel Ceballos started the game really well in that unorthodox flat midfield free roll. I wasn't feeling it, but I think he was putting himself about, to be fair with him. That being said, it's now a third game where if people don't want to individually blame you for that goal, you're involved. You're not far from the scene of the crime. There's no smoke without fire. There's got to be a coincidence as to why you're always there. You never took your chance. Bellerin, you're a favorite guy from Arteta. I don't feel you took your chance, especially when Chambers played well against Burnley, I believe, or whoever it was, and especially when Cedric's been doing all right. And I think Cedric is not. I don't necessarily think Cedric is of the level long term, but I think he's shown just what a competent fullback who tries to play like a right back can do. So nobody took their chances to kind of show Arteta what can be on. Even Pepe, Pepe, you've been decent this season, but that was the first game in a while. You was moving dead. It was like the Pepe of old, that poor decision making. Aubameyang, before the Spurs thing happened, this season there has been legit calls for him just not to be in the team. You don't deserve to play against West Ham based on what I saw, because you had chances, you should have scored. You look like you're still, I don't like to be the guy to say it, but it did look like he was still thinking about why he wasn't been in the team. There was a bit too much sulking and blaming. There was a moment him and Tini were tearing into each other, and I just wish, even though Socrates ain't in our team anymore, I wish he just grabbed Aubameyang's head and Tini's head and just smacked them together and say, stop all of that. Shout out to Socrates as well. It's obviously nice to see him back. He obviously said, I wasn't happy at all with that, and we needed some more stability. And after that, the substitutions were better. I'm not going to keep going on, people, but, Arteta is saying what we already know, innit? You can't be complacent. You can't be lax. And ultimately, for me, what I keep saying, I know we've got players that are 30, 20 plus. Some are over 30. I know we've got players that have played over 100 games in the Prem, played in big leagues, played for their countries. It's not even a street smart thing. I don't think we have mature players, because what I keep seeing is immature not to be consistent. Inconsistency is immature. It's immaturity. If you're a mature adult, you're consistent. I need to go to work, pay my bills. I need to pay my bills on the 30th of every month. My kid needs this. I need to do that. That's maturity. Playing inconsistent is immaturity, because you're not doing enough to make sure it happens. And this has been going on for too long. So that's where I'm at now. We haven't got street smart footballers collectively, and I just think that you're all immature. Like, you're all very emotional. You play the game with emotion. You're not proactive. You're not cerebral. And until this changes, we can't get anywhere. We can sign as many players as we want. We've been having players that can pass the ball. I wish we had some more, but that can pass the ball. It's about upstairs, man. It's about, there's some things I don't think Arteta's got criticisms, but couple of times this season, I've sat there and I'm like, you can tell a man has told you everything you need to know, and you've still peed about. There's only so much I think the manager can tell you. As I said, I believe a manager is overriding the boss, and it's his team and whatnot, but he shouldn't have to micromanage. These players need to micromanage themselves, and I don't think everybody does that. Only a couple men are on that, in my humble opinion, man. Pepe should have found Aubameyang should have scored. It is, bro. It's a madness. I wouldn't like playing with Bellerin either, man. Bellerin, it's a bit of a madness. But I don't listen. Everyone was poor in it. It's a I don't believe in the scapegoating thing. Like I said, Aubameyang missed a tap in. He should have scored. Pepe this, that, the third. But listen, away from that, well, I think we should criticize them for that. But for me, that's fine margins. Okay, you missed the chance, but why am I only focusing on one over a case of 90 minutes? Why am I only focused on 4 or 5 chances? Why haven't I had 20 chances at this goal? So this is what I mean by we don't win, lose, or draw together. I mean, on a singular thing, it's all together. We need to do a bit better in that regards. When you focus on these fine margins, it doesn't mean everyone's done the collective. And my simple question would be to the players, who in that team can leave the field isolated to yesterday and say, yo, I had a good game, I did everything? I think by default, Leno made a big save. I can't criticize you for the goal, at least at this moment in time. I think the subs did well, but the rest of you were dead. And it weren't that you were dead, you just didn't turn up. And again, yeah, you can sit here and say, oh, we're through already. This, that, and the third. It's about the performance, because these things are happening all the time with us people. So yeah, man, this is why I don't have confidence to win the Europa League and things. I want to, but this is why I don't. And this is why we sit here with every win. We say, yo, the points tally. If we didn't lose that game, if we win this, we can be back in top 4, Europa this. And then every defeat, we're looking at it like, what's going on here? Whoa, what's going on here? This is the thing. It's too volatile. When it's volatile, that tells me you're inconsistent. You know, inconsistent tells me you're not serious and you're lacking maturity. You know, that's it for me, anyways, personally. So yeah, that's it on Leno. You know, shout out to Leno for his opinions. I wanted to scroll down. We can further scrutinize this a bit, people, because again, you know, when you look at the underlying metrics, you know, everyone can talk to their blue in the face how we've improved a bit defensively, and I say it because I agree with it, but it's overstated. You know, what do you define as improvement? You know, have we improved defensively in comparison to what we used to be? Of course. If you can see 50 goals and now you're letting in 30, it's still terrible, but you have improved. That's where I think people need to understand, yo, we've improved, but it's still meaty because we're still 10th. You know, beating Spurs was still 10th. You beat Chelsea, but then, you know, you won the next 2 games and then you bottled it. It don't mean anything. I don't know about anyone else, but I don't want to sit here in May 8th or below. Well, probably 10th because we're there now. I don't want to sit here and say, okay, oh yeah, but we beat Spurs though at the Emirates, but we beat United away from home for the first time in forever. But we did this, but we did. What does that mean? Come on, that's still 10th. You know, we're still not in Europe at that point. You know, we're still not happy as fans. So it's dead to me, people. But scrolling all the way down, people, looking at it, people, you know, Arteta's inherited a mess in it. There's only so much I believe Donny can do as much as I can praise or critique him. Generally, since August 2017 in the league, we've conceded the most. You know, there are some positives defensively, and I had the metrics, people, but I can't even find it. But as you lot can see here, most penalties conceded, Arsenal, most errors leading to goals, most red cards. You know, this is why this is the form and the what and all that sort of stuff that correlates to all comps. This is why you let yourselves down in the FA Cup in the early minutes and now dumped out. This is why you've made every Europa League game in the latter stages so far. Last year, last 32, the last 32 this year, and the last 16 harder than it needs to be. You know, Arsenal have gone 11 games without a clean sheet in all comps. No one's talking on that. Come on, that's disgraceful. Because some of these games, cheap goals, you arrest that. Like I said, the Arteta shouldn't have to show them analytical stuff of you can see the disco, that goal. Bro, the man them that are in defense, I was a right back. And my goalie would not accept that. George, big up George. You know, he would not accept that. Because, bro, that's like scoring a goal. Me as well. I'm not on that because it makes me look rubbed, you know, and it's dead. It's dead. And look at it. Well, forget all of that, man, because it's all good there. But you saw that one there, people. That, to be fair, we have been scoring goals. Yesterday was the first time in 25 consecutive Europa League games we did not score. So it is what it is. But a lot of improvement needs to be made, people. As you lot can see here, Al-Arabi is the 4th player to score in 3 consecutive games against Arsenal. He's up there with them, man, there. You know, Arsenal have lost 8 and won 6 of their last 15 knockout ties at the Emirates in European competition. Olympiacos have won as many games at the Emirates as both Spurs and Liverpool. Right. Well, it's in an update. They've won more than Liverpool and Spurs at the Emirates. Olympiacos are part of our joint heaviest defeat. So yeah, man, I'm trying to more scroll down to the Premier League because this guy's always got some good statistics for us. Where is it, man? He had the Premier League. I'm probably going to just leave this, people, because he had some Premier League. Well, Arsenal have won 19 and lost just 2 of our last 25 against West Ham, for you like that one, I think. There was some, I can't find the tweet, people, but he had some very concerning stats in relation to us in the league, people. Let me go on another Arsenal account and try to find it. There's almost 400 of you. Please make sure that correlates to 400 likes, people. It's 240. I must admit, people, I haven't set up the watch along for Sunday, but it is going to be there. So make sure you're paying attention and you're there. I'm trying to find the other account for you guys, people. I don't like letting you lot down when I've said something. And I think for me, yesterday highlighted that you can't really rotate this poor Arsenal team. It's absolute madness. No, I can't find it, but you can imagine there'll be another video, people. But I did want to let me go back because, again, if you look at our fixture list, people, it does get a bit political. What's this now? This is Arsenal West Ham. What are you lot saying in the comments? Get your comments in, people. What are you lot saying? Get the likes up. Backed, bro. David Luiz backed away and he's inviting him inside. Bellerin's in no man's land. Ceballos has lost the ball up the field. Sometimes there is one underlying person who's made the mistake, but then it's a sequence of a variety of individual errors. It's like David Luiz's red against Wolves. Fundamentally, he's unlucky to be given that red card, we know. But as I said then, why is he out there a minute before halftime? It's a poor kick from Leno. David Luiz is trying to win a ball. He's got no business trying to win, people. And he's been sent off. And obviously in the sequence of that, holding and whatnot of not following people. So there was a bag of madness. So this is what I'm saying. It's like sometimes it is somebody's fault, but it's a poor sequence. And as a team, we need to arrest that, because it's going to keep happening time and time and time again, and it's not going to improve, people. And it's like I said, it's down to us. If you're tired of getting embarrassed, you'll stop doing embarrassing things, and then the embarrassment stops. It's all it all depends how badly you lot want to stop being, attributed to failure and all of these negative connotations, people. It's down to them. But I want to take it into something else in a second, if this screen will refresh. 1 second, people. Scroll down. Let's get it to about there. That's perfect. Screenshot that. Screenshot, copy and paste. Let's get into this one there, people, quickly before we carry on. What's the time on this thing? Let's say 1. Sorry, people. I promise you there's a method to my madness. I'm going to show you in a second. Big up everybody locked in. I'm appreciating the engagement levels. Big up my guy Sandro as well. I see you, man. Of course I'll be on the air, man. And this is it, Montel, bro. Habits win you leagues, bro. Habits of success, bro. You get me? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You get it? So now I know somebody's clocked the thing. I appreciate that. I don't need to expand anymore. Big up M. Like M is saying, let's get 300 likes. There's 370 watching. Let's keep that one going, man. Bro, Arsenal have accepted her thingy, man. They've accepted neediness. It's too. I find football is too volatile these days, bro. It's like you're not allowed to use either one or the other. I know I like to sit on the fence a bit, but I'm pretty sure you lot would agree. When I believe in something, right or wrong, I'll hold my hands up if it turns out I was tweaking. But 9 times out of 10, I don't necessarily, unless I have an opinion I wholeheartedly agree with, like, for instance, I don't think Bellerin is the right back for us, I'll sit on the fence because I don't feel you should be pushed to pick a side. It's like the Arteta in-out thing. And I think, like you said, it's like with Arsenal, it's like, with every game, we're back. With every game, every win, we're back. Every game we play dead, we're not back. But the truth is somewhere in the middle. There's some improvements. The improvements simply are not good enough. I want to swap the screen with you guys, people, because, again, sadly, we've got Slavia Prague. But I wanted to show this to you lot. Obviously, it's not all the games. It's cut off at Chelsea. I think we've got a couple of games after that. I'm sure there's Brighton in there, and you know how difficult Brighton is. But this is what it means for me. When I'm telling you lot, we need to play convincing and stuff. It's about momentum, and I think momentum is important. Looking at it now, you need momentum in all of these games. It's a fallacy, and again, this isn't all the fixtures, but it's probably a fallacy to suggest that we're going to win all these remaining Premier League games. And even if we did, you're still relying on a lot. But I want to see this team look like they're trying to accomplish the impossible. I want to see galvanization. I don't want to see great against West Ham, shaky against Liverpool, poor against Sheffield, on it against Fulham, on it for the first 10 against Fulham, then you concede, shaky for the first 20 against West Ham, then you pattern it. I want to see galvanization. In fact, on the topic of West Ham, we were poor in that game. We needed Eddie to do his little super stuff 5 minutes from time. If I'm West Ham, I'm believing I can turn over Arsenal in that regards, people. So when I look at this, I want to see galvanization. Same way I've just copied and pasted this and we're talking, have all of these players got it framed up on their wall? Is it in the changing room? So you know exactly the run of games we have. This tells me the whole squad is going to get their time. This tells me we need to be near enough perfect in everything. This tells me I need to put in the work when the cameras aren't on, doing my little extra training at London Coley, listening to the tactics, improving the street smartness, because it's sink or die. You lot should all be looking at this fixture list and saying, I'm going to be the one to stand up for Arsenal. I'm the one that's going to stand up for Arteta. I am not letting down this team. If everybody has pride consistently in their personal performance, week in, week out, day in, day out, hourly, in fact, things will take care of themselves. You know, and you look at this, you're going to need it. You've playing a resurgent West Ham side away from home. Forget what you think about Liverpool this season. They will morph into Liverpool of old. Saying that, you know, we beat Liverpool at the Emirates last year. So Liverpool, if you fancy losing, please let me know. You know, you've got West Ham, you've got Liverpool, 2 6-pointers in my opinion, especially if you want top 4, and Liverpool are scheming on that. You've got Sheffield United, who are all but gone, but typically these relegated sides, they start putting in a performance. Sandwiched in between my birthday, which is April the 13th. Make sure you've got that noted. I want presents, people. We've got Slavia Prague, you know, we've got Fulham. Again, Fulham on the first day of the season, well, shit. Fulham now, different Fulham. You know, Everton, I want revenge in that game because they dealt with us at their place. Newcastle go out and win, but they might be fighting relegation them times. Big Sam, Big Sam Allardyce. He don't like us. We've got to play West Brom. We beat them at their place. We've got Chelsea at the Bridge, and like I said, at least 2 of those teams, ironically, the 2 London clubs in Fulham and Chelsea, bro, they're looking at 2 different teams. It's not going to be the same Chelsea, so you're going to need to fix up. So what I want to see is galvanization. Of course, bro. Some of it could be moved to for TV rights and things like that, but at the same time, you know, they're not going to be moved that much. It might be on a Saturday, still on a Sunday, and you still got to play these guys. And either way, it's a big test of the squad. Everyone has to apply consistency. So it's down to them. You want top 4, you want Europa League. Damn right. You want to just put some respect on your name and finish as high as you potentially can. It's up to you. Arteta can only tell them so much, and this is what I mean by they need to police themselves. You know, are people sitting in the change room and saying, "Yo, boys, I'm not being funny. X, Y, Z are these games. I don't know about you lot, but I'm not on the joke thing." And then other people are saying the same similar thing. I don't know. We're not in the changing rooms to know. So we'll have to see exactly what happens in that regards, people. So that's that. Moving away as well. 1 second, people. Someone's knocked my door. Hit the like button. I'm coming back. Sorry, folks. I'm back. Apologies, folks. Amazon. Apologies, bro, man. I'm not scatty. Man said order McNuggets, bro. Myth. So yeah, I'm back, man. I'm back. Man said TV lights. Hey, allow it, bro. I'm back. Bro, I don't, the money ain't nothing, man. I don't care about the piece. You can get paid whatever you want. I don't think money means these players aren't going to want to put in performances. It's just, bro, it's too nice at this football club. I don't think man really push themselves and meet themselves with friction. And the ones that do, they're too far and beyond. And you can't change a culture, bro. If you've got one of Saka, one of Tierney, one of Gabriel and Partey and whatever, the numbers aren't adding up. When you've got 7 of them plus Arteta probably 8, you've got a 25-man squad, you've got an owner who don't give a crap. The culture needs to pattern up, man. Act like what, bro? Are you talking about being late? Because to my knowledge, unless Aubameyang's done something new, I don't have a clue. Fair play. Yeah, we lack leadership, but I can't lie, man need to be leaders for themselves. Like, bro, we've been like, not you, but we've been bringing in leaders. We've had Aubameyang and more so Alexis who have led by example. Alexis has been demanding. We've brought in an experienced David Luiz. We've got Saka who's leading differently. We've got Tierney. Man need to lead themselves, bro. Man need to lead themselves. You look at the Invincibles, and I've said it before, yeah, you might know who the captain is, but you look around and other Arsenal sides, could you really in a room tell who's the captain out of Gilberto Silva, Vieira, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp? No, because they've all got accountability. They all are not afraid to say things. Bro, man need to have the same thing. Certain man are not serious at this club, man. It's a crash thing, like you said, crash, bro. It's almost, it's a crash thing. And that's why you get complacency and that's why you get mediocre standards. So I think people lack leading for themselves, man. Crazy. Bro, Aubameyang should have been dropped from sporting performances, but let's be real, he has scored, man. And this is it, RJ, bro. We gotta be prepared. We gotta be mentally switched on for those games. If we play like we did yesterday, bro, trust me, might as well just hand them the points. But let's get back on the train, people. Let's get back on the train and preview Arsenal versus West Ham. Now, shout out to West Ham. As I said, you can't have anything negative to say. David Moyes is one of those players, one of those managers, sorry, as you can see, multitasking's on the floor. But David Moyes is one of those players. It's fun. Managers, sorry, it's fun to take the pee out of. Like, it's fun to take it. You get managers and players like that. It's fun to take the mick out of them. And I know many people are waiting to see if West Ham can continue this or when it drops. It is in March now, and I think West Ham have been playing good. They've been playing good football. I know they've tried a range of formations over the season. They've done all right. And for me, it's another game where I want us to learn from our mistakes of the last game. We made it 10 times harder. We struggled to score. We only held our lead for about 10 minutes before Mikel Antonio scored. Antonio, again, we know what he's about. He's a road runner. He'll work the line. He'll not give you a chance. He'll always work. So if you're a defender, be prepared for a long day. And since Mikel Antonio's decided he's playing for Jamaica, so I'm going to have to start gassing him. We are going against one of the best attackers in the league, potentially the world. He should be playing for Real Madrid. In the league, I think Mikel Antonio and Bobby Reed are the best people. They're the best players in the league, along with Wes Morgan. But on a serious note, you know what to expect with Mikel Antonio. It's the same like playing Jamie Vardy. Don't let Jamie Vardy go. So we know what to expect. West Ham got quality players. They've got a good system. They've got an experienced manager. Obviously, this is Arteta's former manager as well. Master versus apprentice of sorts. 10th versus 5th. We need to win. They need to win. They're trying to get top 4. We're trying to get back in the shouts of top 4 and just damn right scheme on Europa. There's no playing around. Last game at their place, we struggled. We needed to strike 5 minutes from time. We struggled to hold on to the lead. We didn't take our chances. We barely hit the target. It was absolutely appalling, people. Bro, he's the best player on the globe. Forget best yard man. He's the best player in the world. I'm not being funny. He's the best. Michael Hector, another one of the quality players at Fulham. Damari Gray, you're not getting in the England team, rude boy. Change up that nationality. But continuing Arsenal versus West Ham. West Ham are flying high, man. They've been flying high all season. They're 5th. Well deserved. They've tried a bunch of different formations. Sometimes it ain't worked. I think they were a bit too negative against Man United, and that led to their demise, really, because they didn't offer nothing. But fair play is what it is. Last time we played them, as I said, we needed a late goal. We didn't shoot. We didn't hold on to our lead. We only had 3 shots on target. As I've cheekily put here, does that sound familiar, people? Does this sound familiar? Needing a late goal. If I remove Eddie, with all due respect, we needed a late goal. We only held on to our lead for a short period of time and only a lack of shots. Does this sound familiar, people? On top of that, we conceded a cheap goal as well. Does that not sound familiar? I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just, come on now. You can see you can quite frankly see a theme now, can't you, people? And again, when I look at West Ham, like I said, man, we're at that part of the season. We don't need to start, doing the tactical reviews and things. We're in the business part of the season. Both teams want to win. If we look at it, you could say this is a 6-pointer because we're trying to get back into that shouts, people. We're trying to, and you need to take points off these sort of rivals. It means more to us than I'd say West Ham, really and truly, because they're doing better than us. Bro, there's 5 places apart. West Ham were allegedly finished. David Moyes this, and now look at what they're doing. And that tells you where we're at, man. It is what it is. And then when you look at their last few games, people, again, I don't know why this is in another color. I don't know why that's in blue. But you've got to respect them, people, because even when they've beaten Leeds, they've pumped Sheffield United. I'm sure they pumped Leicester. They beat Spurs and drew with them. Bro, these man can score goals. They're on it. If you give them half a chance, they're on it. They're a bit crazy like that. Yeah, they've had a couple dodgy results, but I think West Ham have been playing well. They've been performing in big games. Even when they've lost, man, they made United work. Twice against Liverpool, I think they made Liverpool work. City, they made them work as well. They made them work for it. So it's not then, bro, they're not little fish. they will have something to say. Like I said, they were a bit too defensive against Man United. You know, it looked like a 3-1-4-2 from what I saw. They didn't have a goal, but typically, you know what you're getting. They can play 4-2-3-1 and variations of that. West Ham are a good side. Obviously, I ain't really got beef with West Ham, but it's a London derby, so there's a bit of spice in that, I guess. Don't do spice. But yeah, we need to stand up to be counted. It's as simple as that, people. So we know what we need to do. And as well, again, I know a couple of other teams are playing in the FA Cup and things, but we're playing catch up. We just need to win the game. It's as simple as that. All that's lacking, I guess, would be for me to say would be the lineup. As you don't know, Leno for me picks himself in goal. Sorry, let me just get rid of people spamming. Don't know. Imagine your mother giving birth to you for 9 months for you to waste your mother's internet or your own time spamming or just being childish. Fair play. But anyways, people, it goes without saying, I don't think Cedric is perfect, but I think Cedric is competent. So he gets the nod at right back for me. I do think fatigue could be a problem in this game. I'm not going to lie, because again, 2 players I would have loved to have seen hooked at half time because or within the hour, if everything went to plan, would have been Smith Rowe and Tierney. 2 players I would like to see. Even Xhaka, whatever you say about Xhaka, he's a main part of Arteta's plans. You know what? The last 14, 15, maybe even 16 games, my man's played continuously 90 minutes. So it is what it is in that regard. I do think fatigue, our centre halves play, well, 3 of the back 4 played, you know, midfield played, Partey and Odegaard, because we was playing poor, had to come off the bench. So we have got minutes in our legs. Obviously, we've played twice this week. West Ham haven't. So we're already at a disadvantage. But I'm not being funny. We know in August, these are variables at some point we have to expect. You need to just stand up. There's no excuses in that regards. Dermot has said Chambers. Not for me. I'll go with Cedric. I feel Cedric is a bit more dynamic. I don't know if Saka is going to be fit. Apparently, Saka hasn't played, and Arteta I don't know if he's playing coy and he's trying to hoodwink something, but he sounded like, you know, Saka might not even go for England with the international. So I don't know what it has to be. So yeah, it's a difficult one, man. I'm gonna go with Cedric. You know, Louise and Holding. Show me the Louise and Gabriel. Apologies, that was against Spurs, not yesterday. Bro, Tierney gets a look in. Obviously, I hope everybody's fit and ready to go. Midfield again, picks himself. I'm personally going with Partey. I think Xhaka is going to be there. Part of me wants to try something radical now, like just because I don't really believe in a couple of other men. Just go Odegaard and Smith Rowe of a thing like that. But you know, Odegaard hasn't played as an 8 for us yet, so what would be the point? I do think Xhaka would be there. I hear what you're saying. It might have to be El Nene, but the way El Nene played, I'm not a fan of it. But you had your chance in the Europa League, you didn't do nothing. So if Xhaka is fit, I'm actually starting Xhaka. Ceballos, you didn't do your job either. So it's that. Odegaard for me resumes service in the 10 position. And then up front, again, if Saka's fit, once again, Saka always plays for me, but I don't know if fit. Let me start with the easiest one. I'm going with Lacazette. I think Lacazette should start. You know, Aubameyang, you had your chance. You didn't show levels. And it's not even the fact that you was missing them chances. It's the body language for me. He didn't really look on this thing. He was moaning too much with Tierney. Lacazette might moan, but he puts in a shift. So, yeah. It's a difficult one, man, because I think personally, for what it's worth, people, I think you're going to see this. I think that's what you're going to see against United, technically West Ham United. I think you're going to see that. Now, to be fair with you, you know, Willian's done his thing, really. Lacazette's done his thing. Smith Rowe's done his thing. Martinelli should get a look in for me. You know, I want Martinelli to play. I can't lie to you, man. Listen, he's got every reason to turn up, and I think you'll see Willian. So for me, it would be Lacazette, Martinelli, and obviously Saka if fit. But if Saka isn't fit, I think Willian deserves to play. By my own logic, you know, I said El Nene can't play because of what I saw in that leg. I said Aubameyang, so it sounds a bit harsh to Pepe, but Pepe, you've actually been good. That was the first game you was kind of poor like that in your decision making. So I'm going to give you another try. I think Willian will get a look in, and I know Willian had a little knock, but that would probably be my lineup. In fact, but it's a difficult one because again, bro, you can't leave out Smith Rowe, can you? But then Martinelli probably has to come out of the team. So for Smith Rowe to play, because I don't see him putting Martinelli on the right. I think for Smith Rowe to get a look in, he has to come in off that left, and then you're either going to get Pepe/Willian. So I don't know, man. On one hand, let me know you lots people, man. I don't know, man, because I want to see that on one hand. I want to see that. I wish we could play 12 players, people. You know, on one hand, I want to see that. And I want to see that. You know, he might even do what he's done previously and shift Odegaard to the flank and go with Smith Rowe in the 10. But I'd probably say that, man. You know, Smith Rowe got a lot of minutes against Spurs. He looked a bit tired against Olympiacos in the second leg. For me, Smith Rowe plays if fit, but, you know, you can't have 12 players. And I think Martinelli's got enough in the tank. Saka plays for me once again if fit. Fair play, Lucas. I don't think I'm going to be trying that one in this game. You know, I think I'm going to go with a partnership that's played a bit more together. It is what it is in that regards. He works a lot off the ball, bro. And what people don't understand is how where he receives the ball deep and he's quite narrow and things. So do you know what? As much as I want Martinelli to start, and I'm standing firm. Sandro's converting me back to what I was thinking, and is probably that. That's probably me. But I think Martinelli deserves to start. In fact, I don't know if that's the case, but I would start him. But again, for me, it's Smith Rowe's fitness levels. Again, for me, in the ideal world, you know, if everybody's fit, it's that. But again, I don't want to mess around with your hamstring. You know, we need Saka. If Saka has to miss out West Ham and a couple games, so be it. We can't lose the war. We can't have him out for the rest of the season. You know, let's hope he doesn't even play for. Listen, I love seeing him on the international stage, but I hope he doesn't play for England because my man needs to keep that fitness. Smith Rowe, again, I want him to play, but again, Smith Rowe, like some of you are saying in the chat, playing a lot of football. We're forgetting he's just recently come back from his own little knocks as well. So I think it's dangerous. Smith Rowe could be a bit fatigued. If he's fit, calm, but just me as a fan looking at it, them points there. Saka don't want to play around with his hamstring. So that would be my first choice one, but is what it is. You know, Lacazette gets the best out of these Haaland players and, you know, the link up and Lacazette's doing his thing in that regards. So I'm a bit undecided still. Like that would probably be my first choice one, people. If I could, you know, then obviously. But then again, I say that it could be this as well, people. I could see because he's not rubbing out Aubameyang. He said Aubameyang needs to earn his place, but you could see a twang it like that. It all depends if he wants to give Aubameyang another runner. I think Aubameyang needs to hold the bench because man didn't do nothing in it. Like I think at this moment in time, you have to play the players that are doing well. It is what it is, man. I didn't forget Willian, unless you can't read. Well, right now it's nothing to do with Smith Rowe being able to keep him. I think Smith Rowe's shown that whether he's playing in the 10 or the flanks, he's offering something. So he does look like a tactical fit, or more of a tactical fit at this moment in time than Martinelli. So it's not even a keeping out thing. Like I said, I would like to see Martinelli. This is why, you know, Martinelli should be able to play on the right-hand side and affect the game. Like I said, I don't want to see this, people, but I think there's a good chance that could be the front line, man. And to be fair, I don't believe in it, but it should be enough to get the job done against West Ham. So that's my lineup. Like I said, we know we're going into a tough clash. We know they've got threats from set pieces. We know they can put moves together. We know they've got players like Bowen and Antonio and people like that. We know Declan Rice is doing his thing. You know, there's been a numerous couple of games against West Ham when it's gone against us. So again, you should know what to expect. They're fifth. It's as simple as that. If we go over to Mikel Arteta quickly, people. Let me refresh the page just to see. What has he said here? If we just look at the team news. Everybody was fine after the game. We'll assess them this morning. Regarding Saka, in the next 2 days, we'll know if he's available to play against West Ham. After that, we'll make a decision on what to do. So it's going to the wire with Saka. And he did say in his last thing that Saka hasn't trained this week. So I'm not too sure, man. You know, if he is fit, let's put him on the bench, man. I don't want to play around with him, you know. I'm not a physio man, but this just gives me shades of when we was effing around with Thomas Partey and look what happened there. On the lessons we've learned against Olympiacos, Lalo, he said, basically, we have to maintain the standards that we've set, particularly when we are in possession of the ball. We had too many situations where we didn't discriminate or make the right decision, and then execute-wise, we weren't at our best. Facts. on needing to do better against West Ham. We know we will have a really tough game. They've been in great form. They've been really consistent. They know really well what to do and how to hurt opponents. I know David really well, and I'm sure he will prepare the match so it is a really difficult game for Raz. Obviously, he's not gonna say the truth if he does feel he's surprised by West Ham. He's taken a chance to big up David Moyes, his former manager, which is, must be proud. As a manager, not that he can say that, because obviously Arteta's been at Barca, he's trained under Wenger and trained under Moyes, but he obviously has helped him. When you're Wenger or you're Alex Ferguson or now David Moyes or even Pep now, and you see with company, obviously you can judge a manager on different things, but I would judge myself to a degree on which one of my former players have now become managers, and I would feel good. When you look at Alex Ferguson, a couple man have taken the chances in the game and all of these sort of things. It is what it is in that regards, man. It's crazy. But yeah, what happened there? What the hell happened there? Anyways, no clue what the hell happened there, people. But we move. Oh wait, how can I ask what's happening? So yeah, people, that's all he said. There's another point I wanted to read. He said something about West Ham. Well, this might be the same thing. I'm not surprised. I know what he's capable of. Well, fair play. He said, not when asked about surprise, he said, not really. I think they're a really strong squad. They have a great manager and great coaching staff. They started the season with some doubts, but I know what David is capable of doing. He gets the group together. They're working really hard for each other. They've recruited really well, and you can start to see the things that David has done. Obviously, they have a little bit more time during the week to prepare football matches and training. I think they've been in great form, and they're a really dangerous team, which you can't take anything away from them in that regards, people. Do I have any statistics on my phone of such to bring to you guys? Probably not, but let's look regardless. Either way, man, listen, I'm not going to bore you lot. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to do in Europe. We know what we need to do in the league. So come 3:00 on Sunday, you know what we need to be on. For West Ham, they're on 48 points. Now Chelsea are Chelsea playing in the FA Cup? I don't know. I don't know. But either way, they're on 48 points. Chelsea are on 51. If you beat us, you've put yourself in a good situation, especially because if you beat us, you're probably hoping we can do you a favor against Liverpool. Liverpool are probably eyeing it up for the same purposes, people. In recent week, we've still got to play West Ham, Liverpool, Everton, and Chelsea. So the teams that are in 4th and 7th, we've got to go to them. This is why we need to stand up to be counted, people. We really do. And like I said, we're 10th, 41 points. Crystal Palace can close the gap to a point if they win. If we win, obviously, we can't really do much apart from put pressure on Spurs and potentially Aston Villa, who have a game in hand. So, yeah, the table don't lie in that regards, people, in that regards. So we know exactly what we need to do. Like, looking at statistics, West Ham in this sort of form they've been in, they should believe they can get the job done against us, people, because West Ham have won just 3 of their last 24 home games against us. Arsenal, the only side, the Hammers have won as many as 2 more away games as they have home games, people. Arsenal have completed the Premier League double over West Ham on 11 previous occasions, more than they have against any other side in the competition. Come West Ham, you beat Spurs. We're blessed with you, man. You're going to finish ahead of us. Just let us win this game. Bless the beef, man. Out of all the London clubs, West Ham ain't got no beef with you. Fulham ain't got no beef with you. Palace, you man are cool, man. It is what it is. West Ham have lost more Premier League games against Arsenal than they have versus any other side in the competition. Meanwhile, Arsenal have won more Premier League away games against West Ham than they have any other side in the competition. Apparently, this is just the 4th time West Ham have faced Arsenal in a Premier League match while they've been above us in the table. With Arsenal unbeaten in the last previous 3. It was 0-0 in September 2005. It was 3-1 to us in October 2012 and 2-1 to us in December 2014. No side has won more points in the Premier League London derbies this season than Arsenal with 13, with the Gunners already picking up more points in their 6 such games this season than they managed in 8 last term. In 8 games last term. We got 10 last term, we got 13 already. So make of that what you will. So it is what it is, man. What I want to see is what we all want to see. We're going against a team that's playing well. They've got people like Souček, who's an animal in midfield and can score goals. Koval's doing well. They've got a couple tricky players there. They've got Declan Rice managing up the thing. They're a good team filled with quality players, people, and doing well. So we're going to need to be at our best. I want what you all want. First and foremost, I want 3 points. Second of all, I want a convincing performance. I don't want stupid goals conceded. If we do have a foothold on the game, can possession correlate to goals? Can we not allow cheap goals? If we do start slowly, can we arrest it quickly and make sure that we're playing well, because there's been many times we've started slowly, we've ended well. We've not started well, we've ended well. Can we play well for 90? Can we not concede cheap goals? Can we turn possession and dominance into goals? Can we have a convincing performance? You see what I'm saying, people? And again, fair play to West Ham, but it will do a lot for your credentials, because you're going to need to put in a shift, really and truly. You're going to need to show something. It's as simple as that, really and truly. Like, I'm not going to bully you anymore. That's the end of the preview right there, people. That's all I want to see from these boys. Like, convincing performance. You know what to expect. So I hope today on Friday, you lot are in training, preparing and all these sort of things, man. It is what it is in relation to the preview. That's what I've got there. Please make sure you're all hitting the like button, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. I'm aware there was a couple super chats, them and things. 309 likes, 322 of you hit the like button, people. What's all that? I'm aware there were some super chats and I've missed them. One's not coming up, and I'm pretty sure Steve sent one. I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't, Steve. But apparently, Aya said, what do you think of Mandy Kamara from Olympiacos? I think he had a solid game and he'll be an upgrade over El Nene and Ceballos. I think he's a decent player and he has shown it over last year and this year. I have said that as well. I think he'll get a move. To where? For how much? When? I don't know. But I think he can play in one of the top 5 European leagues. But it is what it is in that regard, man. Just shows you that there's deals to be had everywhere. There's good footballers everywhere, man. Well, he's got to be given a chance to play to get back in sync, surely. Lingard as well. I completely forgot about Lingard. Lingard's probably gonna want to, do a madness against us. So we're gonna have to see. We'll see, man. We'll see. But we just need to think, man. I do, but you shouldn't have made the silly tackle, innit? Football's harsh when you do stupid stuff. Or what do you do? Throw the ball or whatever. It is what it is, people. It was stupid from him, but he's going to have to learn. But anyways, on that note, I can't lie, people. We're touching 2 hours. I'm effing knackered, people. I'll be back on Sunday. I'm going to take tomorrow off. You might get some normal vids, but no lives. I'll be back on Sunday for the watch along and reactions. I should have really done it now. In fact, what I will do right now in 2 seconds is actually create the stream. There ain't going to be a thumbnail and that. And I know a lot of you have got onto me for that, but I might as well just drop a link. Arsenal versus West Ham. Oh, that's not how you spell West Ham. West Ham alive. Watch along. Brackets. But there we have it, scheduled for later. I always get this crap wrong. Sunday, we kick off at 3. So let's go live from, let's say 5 minutes past 2. Bit of a weird one. So yeah, that one's there. I'm going to put a link in the chat right now for you guys, people. View on YouTube. Thank you for that YouTube link. So yeah, people, it is what it is. Here we go. Make sure you're doing up that one there, people. Make sure you've hit your reminder and all of those sort of things before you bust out. And yeah, man, it's content galore, man. Big up to everybody who's tuned in. Is what is. Big up Peter, big up big up all the members, them, big up everyone, man. Enjoy Henny. My Henny's almost finished, man. I probably got like 2 shots of them left, but I will do, my guy, man. I'll catch you lot later. Obviously, we've previewed the game. We've previewed Arsenal West Ham. We've spoken about putting a run together. Spoken about concerning lack of clean sheets. We've touched on Leno. We've actually done the Europa League draw reaction. We've covered some general points, and we spoke sadly about Kamara and the racism business. I love to everybody that's tuned in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're following on all the socials. Links are in the description, and I'll catch you, man, in a bit. But for now, DG, I'm out, man.